Fantastic Four number 236, Terror in a Tiny Town, presents a compelling, self-contained scenario that could elegantly explain the team's absence from the main MCU. Here's why it's a strong contender. The core of the story revolves around the Fantastic Four being drastically shrunk down to microscopic size by Doctor Doom. They find themselves in a hidden, miniaturized world, facing threats on a scale relative to their new size. This premise offers several advantages for the film. A self-contained adventure. The tiny town provides an inherent reason for their isolation. They aren't off-world or dimension hopping in a way that would necessarily intersect with major MCU events. Their entire struggle is contained within this microscopic realm, making their absence from larger conflicts believable. Unique visuals and stakes. Imagine the cinematic potential of the Fantastic Four navigating a world of giant insects, dust mites the size of dogs, and everyday objects transformed into colossal obstacles. This offers a visually distinct and exciting adventure unlike anything seen in the MCU thus far. The stakes are still high for them, even if the threat isn't universe-ending in the traditional sense. A focus on team dynamics. Being shrunk and facing unusual challenges would force the team to rely heavily on their individual powers and, more importantly, their teamwork. This allows the film to explore and solidify the core dynamic of the Richards family and Ben Grimm in a focused and engaging way, which is crucial for establishing them in the MCU. Limited MCU impact. The events of Terror in a Tiny Town wouldn't necessarily require significant backstory or tie-ins to the existing MCU narrative. The shrinking could be a relatively isolated incident orchestrated by Doom, keeping their initial story somewhat separate. This allows for a smoother introduction without the burden of explaining years of unseen history. Potential for future integration. While initially isolated, the film could conclude with the Fantastic Four returning to their normal size and the main MCU. This provides a natural entry point for them to interact with other heroes and storylines in future films. Terror in a Tiny Town offers a fantastic way to introduce the Fantastic Four with a captivating, visually interesting story that naturally explains their prior absence. It allows them to have a significant adventure without needing complex retcons or explanations for why they haven't been involved in past MCU events. It's a contained, character-focused narrative with the potential for a grand re-entry into the wider universe.